Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For this review, we're taking a look at the Demoniacal Fit Hero Waltz figure, which is Super Saiyan Gogeta, for those of you who don't know. This is the first time my box has come completely just bashed up, but it does come in the shipper box. Unfortunately, the shipper box doesn't protect the actual box from being squished, so opening it up and trying to get this guy out of here. As long as nothing's broken, you can see the actual box is super squished and banged up, which, I mean, I guess I don't really care. I don't truly keep these boxes. I can throw them away, but it does kind of suck that this is kind of messed up like that. But the figure looks good on the inside. You'll see him there pose a glimpse of his accessories. It says Hero Waltz. There's a picture of the figure on the front, Hero Waltz on the side. Back you can see a picture of him, some of his poses, everything he comes with. On the side, another picture of the figure. So let's get this guy open and take a closer look. And here is Super Saiyan Gogeta out of the packaging. And at first glance, I think he looks really good. A couple things to note. I think he's a little too tall, and I've had noticed people talking about that in other reviews. And I can definitely see it, like these leg wraps do go up pretty high to kind of give him some extra height for some reason. And on my copy, his head seems to be kind of loose. So if anyone has any thoughts on how to tighten that up, please let me know. I'm open to all suggestions. But other than that, I think he looks pretty accurate. I don't know if it's just my eyes, but it feels like these two armbands might be a little off, but maybe I'm just bugging at the moment. But either way, I think he looks good. The quality control seems alright. I feel like they kind of rushed this guy. He's not as sturdy as like the Super Saiyan 4s. Or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or even like their Hero line, which still came out pretty fast, but my copies didn't have any glaring issues. So getting up close on the face, I think that looks like Gogeta from the Janemba movie. I like the hair sculpt, I like the shading. People were saying that it was a little too thin, and I guess I can see that, but I don't know, I also think it's good. I like it. The painting of the orange on the black is really clean, so I'm glad for that. Look at the back. I don't really think this, like the split of this, is necessary. Like I've seen, Tunson, he can do that without doing the split. So definitely looking forward to his Gogeta and how that turns out. There's no shading on the skin whatsoever. And then down the pants, no shading on the pants. Or if there is, it's like really light. It's kind of hard to actually come through. There is a little bit of shading, but kind of light. And then on the back, nothing. Down to the wraps, and then the bottom of the feet, nothing there. And then he has the long sash on the side, which is pretty cool. And then he has the halo up here, which you can remove if you want to. And then for articulation, he looks up. Try not to use his chest. He looks up about that much, which isn't a lot or at all. He looks down about that much. He does have side-to-side head tilt, and he can look all over the place. His neck does move. For the arms, you can get his arms up about that much. As you saw, he has double jointed elbows. And yeah, you can get him into his Soul Punisher pose. He does have a bicep swivel. Let's see here if I can do this without breaking his arms off. It's like rotating his arm up and then there we go. So yeah, so you can get his arm straight up, so you can do the Soul Punisher pose, which is good. He does have butterfly joints, which come in about that much. You can see it from the back there. Looks alright, nothing crazy. For ab articulation, he goes back about that much. See a little bit of a gap. Comes forward about that much, not a ton. He does kind of rock side to side, and of course can twist. Then for the legs, we gotta be very careful because these seem to not really want to go out, but they do spread out about that much. And then they do kick forward about that much. Double jointed knees that do have the gap. Kind of squeaky just a little bit. Thigh swivel. There's no rotation at this like wrap part here, but you can put the foot down about that much, up about that much, and then ankle rocker there, and then he does have a toe joint. The hands are also on, you know, a standard SHV Arts like ball peg, and again, you can pull out the halo if you want to. Then the hole is just up there, so pretty good so far. All the articulation works. You can get him to do whatever you need him to do. Again, mine is, I don't know, it feels a little loose, so definitely keep that in mind if you get yours. But yeah, overall I think he looks pretty good. Let's look at some of these accessories that he comes with. So for faces, he comes with a smirking face, which looks really good. He has a teeth gritted face right there. Again, looks pretty good. Still looks like Gogeta. And then the final face he comes with, that wants to come out of the packaging, is a yelling face, which looks great. None of them are, you know, too intense, but I still think they get the point across. Then he has the one hand that has a peg hole in it, and it's facing palm up. So that is for the Soul Punisher effect, which is like this rainbow sphere that just plugs into his hand. I said just plugs into his hand. Alright, there you go. So yeah, you can have him hold it up like that. Or you can have him kind of like that if you want to. You know, to mimic the Dokkan where he's kind of pushing it into someone like Rasengan. I wish you could have a way to like make the peg a little shorter so it's closer to the hand if you wanted to do something like that. And then he also comes with just a regular hand that doesn't have the peg hole in it. It's just like grasping or blasting. And then he has a pair of like semi-gripping hands. He comes with a pair of, I guess you can call these Kamehameha hands, because he doesn't come with any other hand to do that. He comes with a pair of these martial arts hands. And again, he comes with another matching hand to just have like a wide open, splayed out hand look for the other side. And those are all the accessories that he comes with. He doesn't come with any other head sculpts, no base form, nothing like that. I know Demoniacal Fit is making a kit for the base form. And then just to show you how to change his face, you just pull it off the front, and then you pull it down from the bangs, and then you can slide a new face in there, and it lines up really nicely with the hairline, which is awesome. So that's pretty easy to do. Alright, let's get into some size comparisons and see how he looks up against the Dragon Ball Super Broly Gogeta. Alright, so for size comparisons, here he is standing up against the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, Super Saiyan Blue, or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. They stand about the same height pretty much, but this Gogeta is a little thicker. You see like his pants are pretty baggy, and he does seem like the wraps on this are pretty high. Like they could have just made them this small and it would have been perfectly fine. But yeah, they do stand pretty close in height to each other, so you could definitely have them face off or stand side by side in the display. But taking a closer look at them, you know, the face sculpt is a little rounder for the Dragon Ball Super movie just because that's the way the art style was. The belt is still off to the side, although he has a longer sash. And then again, the wraps are longer on this one. As well as the armbands are longer on this guy than they are on the Demoniacal Fit version. And the hair still is a little condensed, but this one does have it flare out a little bit more, and then he has a singular bang. So there's that. And even the sculpt on the actual vest is different, which is really nice. I'm glad they did their own sculpt and, you know, their own musculature, which is really cool. So it looks good. And I would do some head swaps, but I fear that if I take this guy's head off, it's going to be even more loose than it was out of the packaging, and so I don't really want to risk that. But I'm pretty sure some other YouTuber probably has some head swaps in there. And then here's Gogeta compared to the 3.0 Goku and still 2.0 Vegeta with a different head sculpt on him. Again, I think this scales pretty well. Of course, this Goku is going to be way more bulky just because that was the look on Namek, but I definitely think that they look good standing next to each other. They'll look good on the shelf. And then here he is standing next to a Jada Toys M Bison and a Jada Toys DJ. these guys are going to be taller than him, but I still think that you can get away with some cool poses, you know, just using perspective to your advantage. I think they'll look good together. And last but not least, here he is compared to an animated series Spider-Man and a Marvel Legends Iron Man. He's almost as tall as Spider-Man, but again, you can still kind of fudge it. He is taller, so you can definitely put him in with your domestic lines and have him fight whoever you want. And for final thoughts, definitely like this figure. Glad that it came out, because I don't think Tamashii Nations is giving us that anytime soon. Again, the QC issues on mine kind of stop my, you know, enjoyment from being a 10 out of 10. It's kind of like a 7 out of 10. But yeah, the loose head is annoying. He just kind of feels overall a little not well put together, kind of rushed. So I'm really looking forward to Kamione, or Kami 1, if that's what he's actually called now, coming out with their Gogeta, and having the extra head sculpts actually come with it, instead of having to buy, like, you know, extra packs and stuff like that. So I think it looks good. Definitely think it's an improvement over the super version of Gogeta. But again, this was a different art style and a different, you know, engineering style at the time. So this was pretty cool that we got this. But of course, you know, we always wanted the Janemba version of Gogeta. So let me know down in the comments below, which one do you like the most? Are you going to pick this guy up? You can get him on AliExpress. I think 5K Toys might have him as well, but I got mine on AliExpress. So take a look there. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day.